Hello, this is Kimberly Wilson and welcome to Doga. So we're meeting today on Saturday since I was away on Tuesday to give just a little extra dose in case you've been following along and want to keep up your Doga practice with your beloved pup. As you see, mine is exhausted from chewing on a bone all morning. So this is Mookie the pug, and hopefully he will be a little more engaged than he is at this moment. And basically, to give you a heads up, Doga is really the whole point behind it. It's not so much to get your dog to go into down dog on command, because my dog really doesn't even call or come when called on command. So it's really more of how to have additional bonding experience with your dog. So the great thing about participating in Doga with your beloved one is it helps to build trust. It deepens the bond beyond the daily walk and feeding, and really allows you also to kind of calm down and ground. And in today's busy world, I hope this is a helpful tool for you. So my name again, Kimberly Wilson, and I'll be with you every Tuesday at 10 a.m., me and Mookie, and hopefully a guest appearance by Bellstar, which is a newer adoptee from Homeward Bound Pug Rescue in Oklahoma. But she's hiding at the moment. She's still quite shy. So to begin, I always like to just pull out some lavender oil. Lavender oil, you can pick this up really at any sort of kind of health store. We get this at Whole Foods in the city. So the great thing about lavender, you don't kind of roll it all over the dog because some dogs' skin is quite sensitive. For people, you can typically put it on. And again, it's for relaxation, but I also like to bring it out as I start my Doga practice with my Mookie and let him smell it. And ideally, hopefully it helps him calm. That's what this collar is for too. It has some lavender and chamomile on it, along with some pheromones. So he's got anxiety issues, so we're always looking for additional ways to help him calm. So I'm going to begin by drawing him in. Hello, Mook Mook. Oh, and then he likes belly rubs. So beginning with just a few kind of belly rubs and just little massages. So you can scratch wherever you know your pup is drawn. Maybe it's behind the ear. Maybe it's under the shoulders. Maybe it's right above the tail. And of course he loves, many dogs I know, they do love belly rubs. So the great thing about this is by doing these little kind of massages and strokes on the dog, it allows you to see like, is there a bump? Is there a lump? Or are they sensitive when I touch in that spot? And that can be helpful data in case something crops up. Like he was recently out in the woods, and as I was petting behind his ears, of course, I found a little tick. So, being able to catch those things early is one great way to keep your dog healthy and to help your dog stay as tranquil as possible with a little bit of massage. So you could get a dog massage therapist, or you could simply do a little bit for your dog as you get grounded and prepared for Doga. So as you see, he likes this, and you can tell sometimes when he gets relaxed, his tail, it will straighten, and it's and he doesn't like it to be touched. So that's just a great sign, and your dog may have something similar too. Like it can get straight when he's upset or when he's really relaxed. So it's hard to know. Otherwise, it's typically got the little pug curl. So after you've done a little bit of connection with your beloved one, bringing one hand to their kind of heart and chest center. And then just taking a few deep breaths. So maybe closing your eyes, coming to a comfortable seat. If sitting on the floor is not comfortable for you, please feel free to sit on a chair. You could even do this on a couch. And hands on heart, you could also bring a hand to your heart center and just take a few deep breaths. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. And inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. And once more, inhale. And exhale. And allowing your eyes to flutter open. So one thing that might be helpful too as you get set up to practice is to think about what's an intention for your practice today. Maybe it's simply for you to have a moment to relax. Maybe it's more that you want to check in with your pup, see how they're doing, have a bonding experience. Maybe you just want to spend some time stretching, focusing on your breath. So there's no right or wrong, but just creating an intention. And an intention is what you want to bring forth with your practice. So you can incorporate this too beyond the yoga mat by even whenever you go for a walk or you go for a hike or you go for a little jaunt in the woods with your loved one. It's like, what is my intention? Is it to be on my smartphone the whole time I'm out on the walk? Or is it to really have this time to connect with my dog? One other piece I wanted to mention with massage that can be helpful is the of petting. He doesn't love this, but touching of the paws. And the reason is this can help them get a little more comfortable and trusting if you do the nail trims. And, you know, a lot of vets will say, start this early so that they're comfortable with it as a puppy or a kitten. And he's just never really been much of a fan. And of course he has black nails, which makes it even trickier for trimming. So from here, after you've done a little bit of grounding, a little bit of getting centered, and honestly, that may be your entire Doga practice some days, just the opportunity to allow your dog a little bit of time to kind of chill and relax with you nearby, connecting and also giving yourself the opportunity to chill and relax. Always helpful, especially as we start the weekend. So next we're going to move into, and this, by the way, if you're like, what is that for? This is to help if you want a little bit of elevation in certain poses. Use a block, you can use a pillow, anything, a beach towel, you know, anything you have nearby, because for some people, hanging out on the floor is just not very comfortable. And we want you to be comfortable here. We never want any pain or discomfort. We want a little bit of pushing your edge, right? Moving outside the comfort zone, but we never ever want pain for you or your beloved canine. All right, so I'm going to begin with just like a little bit of stretching of the arms. Let's see if I can get him to roll over towards me rather than you. Hey, Mook Mook. Hi. Hi, sweetie. So, you know, just a little bit of stretching with the front arms. And then I like to do just like little massaging underneath. Again, this allows to just check, are there any lumps or bumps that should not be there? And it gives them a nice little stretch. All right, and then same with the legs. So a little stretch there. So very gentle. So it's just thumb down the thigh and then a little bit of traction at the foot. Just a tiny, tiny bit. As you see, my fancy dog has an extra toe. He's so fancy. And then this other one, again, same things, just kind of pulling down, extending. And then again, I like to play in the toes. He's a little bit better with the feet than the front paws. Again, that just helps them to get more comfortable if you do have to do any trimming or whatnot with the paws. All right, so come on over, Mr. Mook. And then from here, hi, sweet boy. You're exhausted. He's been chewing on a bone for like the entire morning, right? So here, I'm going to extend my feet, or get my feet to come together. Apparently they're right around his tail. Hi, sweet boy. Soles of feet together, knees open. So this is a great pose, and if you have a bigger dog, you may still be able to do this, or you may have them more to the side of you. Right, Mook Mook? Okay, and then I'm just gonna, here, how's that? Is that a little better? All right, so he's always like a little awkward. He tends to go more in a Z pattern. So here, what can be great is they just get to relax in the comfort of a little nook that you've created with your knees, and then what you do is you fold forward some. So as you fold forward, you can bring both hands forward. For me, I'm cupping his little head because he's a bit needy. Otherwise, you would bring both hands forward. And then you just kind of work to relax here, right? And then you can also connect with your pup, check in, see how they're doing. Give them a little scratch. Again, the eye gazing is just a sweet way to connect. You know, in our busy lives, it's interesting how often we can go through our day and not really have a true interaction with another being, a person or your beloved pet. And so taking this time can be a really special way for you to also slow down and then really have that time with your pup. So this, you may notice, is quite good for hips and inner thighs. You can probably feel that. It's a hip opener, which can be nice to help counter that sedentary position that we find ourselves in a lot of times during the weekday. Right, Mook Mook? And then coming back up. And so as he rests here comfortably, I'm going to take a little twist. So left hand to your right knee, and then your right arm goes behind you. Now, it might not go fully behind you. It may just kind of go out to the right a tiny bit. And then you're going to inhale, take a big deep breath, and then exhale and twist, gazing over that right shoulder. So with each inhale, there's a lengthening of the spine, and then exhale and twist. And then return to the center. Again, he's nice and chill, nice and relaxed. As you come back to the center, notice the difference in the two sides of the body. So you've just wrung out this side. So what is it like to come back to neutral? And then we're going to do the other side. So right hand to left knee, maybe giving a little scratch, and then left hand behind you. So inhale, tall spine, exhale and twist. Inhale, tall spine. Exhale, twist. Inhale, tall spine. Exhale and twist. And again, back to the center. And just take a few moments to check in with your body, noticing how does it feel after that movement? What do you notice? Are you able to stay connected with your pup as you move? You'll notice that when you roll out a yoga mat, the pets are often drawn to it like a moth to a flame, so it's not usually very hard to get them on the yoga mat. And letting the eyes flutter open. He's always like so contorted. I'm like, how in the world can that be comfortable? And then from here, we're going to open feet into a wide V. So again here, since he's comfortable, I'm just going to keep him here, right? So opening the feet into a wide V. For some of you, this is going to be plenty. This is going to be exactly where you are. No forward folding. And to others, feet may be much closer. Totally fine. So you're going to come to an upright pose and then flex your feet. Pull those toes in towards your body. And see if you can get that spine nice and tall. And then walk those hands forward. So hands can come forward just a smidgen. Some of you may do just fingertips, just a slight move. Others may come down onto forearms. So breathing here. And again, you can keep that connection with the pup, who he is clearly exhausted from the bone chewing and in a perfect Doga state. So breathing here. So same thing as with the twist. There's an inhale and a lengthen, and then an exhale and a fold. So it's very, very gentle. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold. Couple more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold. Nice. Let's walk hands back toward the body. And see if we can get Mookie to actually wake up. Come here, Mook Mook. So I'm going to pick him up for one more. Hello, honey. He's like a really heavy little guy. Okay, so what we're going to do here, hi, Pumpkin, So what we're going to do here is I'm just going to rest his bum on my knees, right? And then I like to do just a little bit of rocking motion to help kind of relax him. Hi, sweetie. Hello. Hello. Yes. And so he's like, please put me down. Or he's like, I love this. I'm so relaxed. Right, Mookie? So here, this is boat pose. So this is a variation of boat, but I like it because it's nice and supportive for him, but it also is still great for the core. So you can lean back a little bit. You can lift a leg. You can lift both legs. And then your pup, unless he's huge or she, you might just have them to the side. But if you have a nice, small, somewhat compact little being, then this can be a nice one to do. Right, Mook Mook? And sometimes he'll look me in the eye. Apparently right now he'd rather look at you. And this again, really nice one for, you can probably feel this in the lower back. And you want to see if you can lift it out of the lower back and bring it more into the core area. So we want to be engaging the core. And we're going to lift up, whee, and then down. Nice, good job. And then sitting. And then we'll take a moment here, once again, as we come to a bit of a closing of our session today. So what we worked with is massage. Just the gentle connection to get your dog comfortable. Of course, the lavender oil. Let's see if he wants any more. No, he's like, do you want a little more? Nope, he's done. It's pretty strong, and so I think for him too it has to be quite strong. He likes at the beginning, and then he's like, I think I've had my dose for the day. Mookie, where are you going? Oh, okay, he's gonna rest. He's exhausted from Doga. So we did the massage, right? And we did the playing of the paws, the stretching of the legs. Then we moved into the seated forward fold with feet together, knees bent, which is called Baddha Konasana. And then from there we did wide leg straddle. So both of those are great for the hips. And then we also did boat pose, which is good for the core, right? And then now we're going to do just final relaxation. So this is what Mookie's really, really good at. Here's where Mookie shines. All right, so for final relaxation, you can also go ahead and lie down with your pup, because I know you've had a nice little bit of movement yourself. And since his legs are there, actually, I'm going to turn my legs that way too. And then I'm just going to slide down to be a little bit closer to him. Now, if you have a wall nearby, what can be really nice is to go into what we call legs up the wall, which is just a lovely, lovely pose. Okay, I don't have a wall there, so I'm not going to rest in there because it takes a lot more effort. So lying down here, and similar to how we began, we're going to work with the breath. So I'm going to bring my hand to my belly, because we want to bring the breath into the belly. And then I'm just going to have a hand on him so that I can stay connected to him. So inhale through the nose and fill the belly, the ribs, and the chest with air. And then exhale, release chest, ribs, and belly. So it's a 3-part breath. So let's try again. So hands on belly, inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And then one more. Inhale. And exhale. Now you can stay here for a bit. Particularly if your pup is quite relaxed, you can repeat some of those poses that we did, or even some of the poses from the first 2 sessions. There'll be more on Tuesday. I'm going to go ahead and lift up. So you roll out gently, and I typically would roll to my right side and then press myself up. And then, just taking a moment once again to have that sort of connection time with your pup. And also with the connection time, noticing again, Does the dog get more amped after Doga? Mookie's pretty chill. He's often chill unless he is anxious. And so, you know, it's helpful to notice what's the shift for them and what's the shift for you. And do you feel a deeper connection through this bonding experience with your dog? And I'm going to be here with you again next Tuesday at 10. And we'll be going over more poses, including a heart-opening pose that can be really, really wonderful to work with for yourself and your pup. And again, you can find me every Tuesday at 10 at Woof Driver. And then also at Tranquility Du Jour, KimberlyWilson.com. You can find me there also. So thank you so much for tuning in. I want to do a quick introduction to sweet Belle Star. Hello, Pumpkin. Hi, sweet girl. Hello. So Belle Star, hi, Mook. Belle Star just recently had surgery. She had a little tumor removed. And so this is her surgical sock that they put over the body so that rather than a cone, right? Because the cone with pugs, they already have like breathing issues. So the cone kind of limits that. It keeps the heat trapped. And so they gave us this instead. So I was like, I have to do something to it. So I added a pink bow, right, Miss Belle? As you can see, she's quite shy. She's really the sweetest little dog. She is a 7-year-old former puppy mill mama who now is going to have a wonderful life here in Washington, D.C. So thank you so much for being here with us today. I hope that you've enjoyed our Doga series. Mookie has moved onto the couch. He wants something a little more comfortable, apparently. And thanks so much for being here. I'll see you Tuesday at 10. If you have any questions, please add them into the comment box of the video, and I'll be sure to answer those in upcoming episodes. Thanks so much for being here, and I hope you have a delightful weekend.